Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing my December wrap up. Normally, I don't know if you know, but I do these in little shorts. But since I read so many books this month, I cannot physically do that. So yeah, I'm going to do my December wrap up and show you all the 16 books I read this month. So I have my reading journal, which I have a list of all the books I read. So we're going to go through it. The first book I read this month was Antigone for English. I didn't rate that because I didn't feel like I need to. It's a play, but it was 80 pages, so I feel like I could count that as a book. And then next book I read was Palace by Lauren Roberts. Gave this book 5 stars. So good. I annotated it. This book is amazing, phenomenal. If you haven't read this book yet, what are you doing? One of the best books I read this year. Like, hands down. The book I read this month was actually a reread, and that's This Woven Kingdom. I feel like I've talked about this book a lot recently. Oh, my mom just texted me, but I did reread it. And the first time I read it, I gave it 2 stars, so hated it. Did not want to continue it, even though I did, in fact, pre-order the second one. And then this month, I was like, you know, I feel like I need to read it, the second one. So I reread this, ended up giving 4 stars, liked it so much more than the first time. And then after that, I read These Infinite Threads and gave it 4.75 stars. This book could have been a 5, but there's not really plot. Like, this book took place over, like, a week. Am I still going to read the third one? Yes, I'm super excited for that to come out, and I highly do recommend this duology. Like, I read The Naughty, the Nice, and the Nanny, which is, like, a Christmas novella. I read that in one sitting. I gave it 3 stars. It was fun, but nothing really happened, and I read that on the Kindle. And then I read Twisted, which is part of the Never After series. I'll put a clip of it here. I read my friend's copy because we read and annotate those books together, and I gave that 4.75 stars. It was my favorite one out of the whole series. And side note, I did try to read Cross, which is the last one in that series this month, but it was like too much for me. I really did not like it. It made me feel wrong inside. So this month I read Ice Planet Barbarian, Ice Planet Honeymoon, and Ice Planet Alien. Look, I read these all in one day. Like, all 3 of those books in one day. I gave them all 2 stars. Definitely interesting reads. Don't recommend, but I kind of do recommend because it's kind of interesting. I don't even know what to say. If you've read it, you know. But after that, I read The Crown of Gilded Bones. It's the 3rd book in the Blood and Ash series. And I tabbed it, and I give this one 4 stars. I had a good time. I really did like it, and I feel like the next book in the series could be a 5 stars if it goes the way I'm hoping it does. Vampire-ish kind of book. It's a lot of things that you've read before in different fonts. And then I read Scarlet Princess and Tarnished Crown, which I read on the Kindle. They're Kindle Unlimited, like, fantasy romances. Why fantasy romances? I gave the first one 4 stars and the second one also 4 stars. So Scarlet Princess I gave 3 stars, and then Tarnished Crown I gave 4. I did like them a lot. Like, they're really fun. I read them both in like one day-ish kind of thing. Not both of them, but like one day, and then the other one took me, I think, 2. And then I read Onyx and Ivory. I have not really seen this book anywhere, and I saw it at Barnes & Noble. And it was really pretty and floppy, so I gave it a read. I only give it 3 stars. It was just low-key boring, if I'm being honest. Like, nothing really happened. I don't know. And then I think this is the last set of books. I read the first 3 books of the Mortal Instruments series this month. I read City of Bones, which I gave 4 stars. City of Ash, which I gave also 4 stars. City of Glass, which I gave 5 stars. I had a lot of fun with these 3 books, and I'm hoping to finish the series in January. But yeah, I really, really like the series so far. I don't know, the 3rd one just really did it for me. Something about it was so fun, and I tabbed all of them, and I can't wait to have the fully annotated books. But yeah, I read a lot of books this month, though. And I don't know if I'm ever going to have a reading month like this again, so I wanted to document it a little bit. Let's do some stats. I had 2 5 stars. I had 10 fantasies, 3 sci-fi romances, one classic. I guess we're gonna count Antigone. I'm from Texas. Antigone as a classic, which is fun, and two romances. Now let's talk about my January TBR. If you don't know me, I don't normally stick to TBRs, but I like to have a plan, so I at least know some books I want to get through. Or right here, this is kind of a big TBR. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, because I'm going to be reading House of Flame and Shadow, the third Crescent City book. But let's talk about them a little bit. So, the first book, obviously, is probably The Orange Tree. I want to finish it in January. I definitely feel like I'm going to be breaking this book up with a lot of different books. If you don't know the story behind this, because I don't know if this or the vlog will come out first, probably this. But I started this book in summer, put it down, and picked it back up recently, and started reading it again. And I'm really liking it now, so this is just a goal. Like, I feel like if I can finish this book, I will be on top of the world, because I really want to read the prequel, which I know I probably should have read first, but I already started this, so I don't really care. And I'm having fun. I'm having fun with it, so that is one. And then I want to be finishing up the Mortal Instruments series this month. So I have the 4th, the 5th, and the 6th. And the 4th one's really short, so I feel like that could be a one-day read, honestly. But, yeah. And then continue with Shadowhunters. I don't know if I'll end up picking this book up, but I want to go back into the Dark Artifices, because I've said this multiple times, but yes, I read it out of order. Read the first Dark Artifices first, and I have already read 60 pages of this. And then I was like, okay, I feel like I should read Mortal Instruments. So I put down. But yeah, I got to page like 60 of it. So yeah, I'll just jump back in, because I remember where I was. I'll jump back into that, hopefully. So yeah, I want to finish that. So that's 4 Shadowhunter books, because I do want to finish the Shadowhunter universe very early into 2024, like at least by end of February, hopefully. So yeah, after this one, I'll have 4 more books to get through. And I also have Assistant to the Villain. It's short, it's sweet. This could be a fun book to read in between some Shadowhunter books. By the end of the month, I want to read January 30th is when the third, I'll just hold this one, the third Crescent City book comes out, so I do really want to read that. I love Crescent City. I did not reread it, and I read this a year ago, so let's hope I don't get too confused. So yeah, here's all the books I read, which is fun. But yeah, that brings my books up to 83 books I read this year. So yeah, I don't know how I did it. Like, I don't know how I read this many books this month, and it's the most I've ever read. Other than this month, 9 is the most I've ever read. So if you enjoy this video and you like this style of wrap up, I'll probably still post a short, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, I'm trying to get more active with posting. I feel like this video is a lot of me yapping, but if you enjoyed it anyway. Anyways, I'm gonna go continue reading now.